Absolutely wonderful. That's the kind of thing that lifts the soul and the spirit early this morning. The theme for Republic Day this year is women empowerment. An all-women contingent of the 3 defense services will be taking part in this parade, along with tableaus from 16 states and 9 ministries. The tableaus will carry an imprint of Prime Minister Modi's pet projects, along with a display of the country's Army, Navy and Air Force might. The 5-kilometer long Republic Day parade starts from Rajpath, goes down India Gate and then ends at the Red Fort. President Obama will be the special guest this Republic Day. Tight security arrangements have been put in place to ensure that this entire visit and the parade passes without any security glitch. There's a no-fly zone that's been ordered over New Delhi. American forces, it is said, will be checking all Republic Day tableau that will be put up on display. For a sense of the preparations on the ground, with just about 50 minutes to go before the Republic Day parade starts, let me cut across to Simi Pasha. She's joining us this morning. Simi, the weather has been a big bugbear since the morning. Is it clearing up? Will we have a rain-free Republic Day march past? Or will the rain come down on our parade?
Rahul, it's difficult to say. The Met Department, of course, has forecasted a cloudy day throughout today. In fact, they've also predicted rainfall throughout today and tomorrow. But the rain is unlikely to dampen the spirit of Republic Day. We've been seeing long queues of people walking down from the Red Fort through ITO towards Rajpath, where they want to go and witness the Republic Day parade live. People actually fighting and waking up early in the morning to catch the best seats that they can actually be within like touching distance of the parade. Of course, that's unlikely because those front row seats are reserved for the VIPs. But people, of course, have been coming in from all corners of the country. They're not really sure about what kind of seats are available. They're trying to reach there as early as they can so they get a good view. We've been witnessing massive security arrangements in the national capital. Of course, the entire central Delhi will be locked down post in about 10-15 minutes from now. When we left our Noida office at about 5:30 this morning and we were on our way to ITO, we encountered almost 10 security checkpoints. Right now we are at ITO. There are 2 security cordons till the main road. That's where the parade will pass through after the march past at Rajpath. Here the defense personnel will not be marching, but they'll be walking through this road, but there's tight security of not being able to cross through. In fact, to get a sense of the kind of security we're witnessing at the Delhi-Noida border and Gurgaon border, let's also get a word from Aaj Mosmi Singh. She drove down all the way from Gurgaon when she was on her way to ITO. Mosmi, what's the kind of security that you encountered? Because when I was coming from Noida, we met at least 10 checkpoints and our car was thoroughly checked by police personnel.
Yeah, that was right early in the morning. So we were there around 6 o'clock trying to get into the Lutyens Delhi, and you had various cordons from Panchsheel Marg to Shantipath to Aurangzeb Road. So you couldn't even enter anywhere near Khan Market. I had to take an entire diversion, and ideally in the morning it would take me just around 25 minutes to zip past to India Gate, and I took almost 1 hour 15 minutes. So that is the kind of security cover that you'd see here, Simi.
Well, it also unprecedented security in the national capital, but despite the rain, it's not dampened the spirit of people who've been walking in the rain. They've come here all the way from different parts of the country, and they're not going to let a little bit of rain dampen their spirit and ruin their Republic Day program. They're here to see not just Barack Obama, but also Narendra Modi, who will be witnessing the parade live as Prime Minister for the first time.
And that's really interesting. The fact that despite the gloomy weather conditions, despite the intermittent rain, people still super excited, super charged up. And that's the Modi fervor in this Republic Day parade, a new excitement around the Republic Day festivities. I also want to bring in Maha Siddiqui. She's reporting this morning from the ITC Moria Hotel, where President Obama and his wife Michelle spent the night at the presidential suite. Maha, give our viewers a sense of what time the president's cavalcade will leave from the Moria Hotel, and what does his day look like?
Well, Rahul, in just a minute from now is when his cavalcade will leave ITC Maurya. In fact, half an hour ago, when we were around that area, specifically very close to ITC Maurya gates, they were clearing up all the traffic from the main road, preparing for President Obama and his cavalcade to move out. And we've just got a word from the hotel that in about a minute from now, at 9:10, is when President Barack Obama will be leaving ITC Maurya, heading to Rashtrapati Bhavan, from where he'll be headed to Rajpath to witness that military might of India in that Republic Day parade. Now, after that, we do know that he will be, after the parade is over, he'll be headed back to Maurya. He'll be attending later in the day the at-home at Rashtrapati Bhavan, and in the evening there are business delegations that will be meeting. That meeting will take place at Taj Palace, which is just adjacent to ITC Maurya. So clearly the evening is all busy with rather full of business delegations and business deals that will be taking place, and the business delegations will rather come out with the problems that they face and the hurdles that they feel are created while establishing business on either sides, and their concerns will be perhaps addressed.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. Do you think, Samir, that the concerns that American business have been adequately assuaged by the Indian government since Modi took over? Will the dollar start flowing into India?
The dollar is flowing into India, but that's short-term dollar. The idea is, do we get long-term dollar into India? And for that, I think you will have to wait for possibly the budget, possibly some announcements post the budget. But I think the next 90 days are very important for the Indian economy. Everything doesn't need to be done during the budget, but I think by the end of this financial year, there should be a greater framework for the business community to work with. And I think March 31st is that way important. And people will be making their decisions on the India's next financial year based on that particular.
Okay, let's take our viewers through some of the weapon systems that will be showcased by India during this Republic Day parade. We've got details of the weapons that will be used in this march past. Starts obviously with the cavalry, then there is the T-90 Bhishma tanks, then there is the BMP, the Sarat. After that, you'll have the T-72 tanks, you'll have the Pinaka multi-rocket barrel launcher. You've got the BrahMos missile, in fact the only missile with a maximum range of 290 kilometers, which is being showcased. You've got three-dimensional tactical control radars that will also be showcased. You've got satellite communication that will be showed, satellite terminals, the RATSAT, and that's essentially what's been put out so far. So a lot of the weapon systems that you'd ordinarily get to see, General Shankar Prasad, during a Republic Day march past will actually be missing this year. What's the message that sends?
I'm not too sure. In fact, one of the objectives of Republic Day Parade would be to showcase the latest acquisitions or the latest inductions into the army. Why the government has decided not to showcase all that we possess today, I'm not too sure. But is it because we do not wish to tell President Obama that we are a very powerful military and we need a lot more of your equipment to be inducted into our country? That could be a possibility. The other possibility is to tell people in the world that we need lots of more weapons and equipments, more modern technology to be inducted, and therefore India is the right place to come and make the new stuff.
No, but could there also be another reason, Admiral Rajam, and the fact that America has been very wary about Indian missile technology? There's been huge concerns about transferring any technology that has a double use, which could be in some way used in missile development, despite that India has now built a very resilient missile program. Why are the missiles missing from what's been put out officially as the weapon systems that will feature in this march past?
You know, the Americans have a different idea when they use the word parade. For them, a parade is where, you know, drum majorettes twirl their canes and children march, and they don't have all this military stuff. And there are more participants in an American parade than there are spectators. Maybe, I don't know, we have decided that not to showcase our strategic capabilities and flaunt them After all, we got this idea from some other countries which used to do this. But many democracies in the West, they don't flaunt their strategic weapons on parade.
The French do. The French Republic Day Parade is a very fancy Republic Day Parade with very high-end production, high-end weapon systems, all of them on display. Ajay Shukla, do you agree with the decision not to showcase our front-end missile technology, for example?
May I add, they're also a weapons exporting country.
Correct.
So with them, it may become also a showman.
And India too is a weapon exporting aspiring country.
No, so what we display, what part of that is exportable? So either you should only display the exportable stuff.
I mean, the one way of looking at it is that the parade is part of a deterrence function. You showcase your missiles and your weapon systems as a means of signaling that these are weapons ready, are ready to be used, and are therefore available in the defense of the country. The other is...
Don't the others know it already? This is what the people really...
No.
I mean, those countries already know what you...
I'm coming to that.
The numbers that you've got. The serviceability state they've got.
No, it boosts the morale of people watching
it's
on
mainly
TV.
for
Basically,
public.
it tells you that, okay, your army has
It's
these
for public,
very strong weapon systems that can be used very effectively.
It's not only to boost the morale. There could be reports of weapon systems in development, for example, the Chinese Dongfeng 31D. But when it appears actually on the May Day parade, then it's a big signal to the rest of the world that we are deployed and ready for action. And that would be the case with the Agni
Except
5,
you don't know if it's a dummy or if it's the real thing.
No, I agree with Ambassador K.C. Singh's earlier intervention on this matter. I think there are many ways to celebrate your Republic Day. Yeah. His emphasis this time is on development and economy and women empowerment and a new
and I hope it continues.
And I think it's time to get over that the North Korean leader standing in front of him.
In any case, you have Army Day, Air Force Day. You do your days when you can display your weapons.
That's probably the transition from a statist parade to a people's-oriented parade.
I think that's time that we start.
You've got many more people coming in this year as well to watch. And that again is one of the key highlights.
And eventually, like Admiral mentioned, we have to be celebrating people here.
Sure, absolutely.
And that's the people's
And
day.
he's celebrating his new schemes, his new projects, whether it's the Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao Yojana, the financial inclusion program. While it's a day to mark India's military might, it's also a day to honor those who laid down their lives to protect our nation. Two martyrs will be honored with the highest peacetime award, the Ashok Chakra, at the Republic Day Parade. The two are Major Mukund Vardarajan and Nayak Neeraj Kumar Singh. The two of them laid down their lives fighting terrorists in separate gun battles in Jammu and Kashmir last year. Major Mukund Vardarajan led an anti-terrorist operation in a village in Shopian on the 25th of April 2014. He succumbed to injuries after killing 3 top-ranked Hizbul Mujahideen terrorists. Nayak Neeraj Kumar, the man on your screen now, was killed after coming under heavy fire from terrorists during a search operation in Kupwara in August last year. Headlines today salutes the bravery of these men in uniform. We've got these live pictures coming in now from Mumbai of the Republic Day celebrations. The governor in charge of supervising the celebrations, he's taking the salute over there. These pictures from Mumbai. In just a short while from now, the Republic Day parade will begin in Delhi as well. Kamaljeet Sandhu is joining us this morning. She's keeping a hawk's eye on the security arrangements that have been put in place. Kamaljeet, give our viewers a sense of how Delhi has been turned into a fortress. What's the kind of security that you see around you?
Unprecedented security cover, a 7-layer security cover for this historic event. This is a matter of prestige for India, and even as the function really begins, there have been booths which have been manning the ground, at least 70,000 Delhi police personnel, 25,000 paramilitary personnel, so massive security cover, no-fly zone, mobile talking would be restricted, but this is obviously not just about security cover, with Indian agents talking with the United States, getting in almost information every single day. MAC centers were obviously working overtime, information coming in that Pakistan-based terror groups could attack, and obviously a clear warning coming in from United States to Pakistan that if there is any attack during these 3 days of high-profile visit, and if it is traced to Pakistan, it would not be in the behest of Pakistan. And remember, a tangible shift. We've seen this bonhomie of both Narendra Modi and President Barack Obama at work. You can actually see that chemistry industry, but on ground also there seems to be a shift. One of the first times that President Obama is not going back to Pakistan, he's going to Saudi Arabia. He's been a special invitee. He's obviously talked about the extraordinary hosting prowess of India. So this is a special occasion, and remember this entire team of Nari Shakti. So we're going to see men in uniform, but also women in uniform. We've seen that happen yesterday in the Guard of Honor, a woman officer marching all the way very smartly, and today also when it's men who are manning the ground, there are also women on duty, and that entire theme of Make in India.
Okay, it's really a big moment to have our women officers showcased on the biggest stage. They've been around for a while, but now being given the platform and the opportunity, one of the key themes and the key drivers of this Republic Day parade. You're seeing the security arrangements, the weather is still, Ambassador K.C. Singh, a bit of a dampener, not clear skies, the sun is not out. Will that at any way dampen spirits? Do you think it doesn't really make a difference?
I think once it starts, a parade is a parade. Once it starts, unless there's a heavy downpour, I think drizzle doesn't really affect it too much. Maybe the audience gets affected. Some of them, you know, it's cold also, children, etc. for them. But you are marching, your bodies are warmed up. I don't think so. Once the parade starts, the ones doing the parade, for them it is a show and they will go on. And as General said, the services in any case march, sun or snow. So it doesn't make any difference.
But it is a bit of a dampener, especially given that people have been practicing for so long and so hard to make this day special, General Prasad. And now,
Well, you
just
see,
on the last moment,
if
you
it
know,
is a
that
nice
event.
sunny day, obviously it looks much better.
Sure.
But as far as the Army, Navy and the Air Force marching contingents are concerned, snow, rain, thunderstorm, anything, it will go through. And you will find the standard of drill, the standard of turnout will remain unchanged. So from that point of view, well, it's a dampener because the weather is damp. But as far as the spirits of the marching contingents are concerned, it will not be dampened. In any case, we all know that there is a competition as well. There is a competition for the best marching contingent. So each one of them, whether rain or no rain, are going to put in
So
their
who
best foot
decides
forward.
which is the best marching contingent, sir?
There is a group of people. There is a chairman, and there are 4 or 5 members from various walks of life. Incidentally, I have been one of the members when I was in service. And you have somebody from the police, you have somebody from the BSF, you have somebody from the Army, Navy, and the Air Force, and one amongst
So
them.
who wins usually? Is it the Army?
No,
the
no, no,
BSF?
Sometimes the police gets it.
Yeah.
Delhi police has won it
They,
sometimes.
no. Let me clarify.
Force has won it, though.
Yeah.
Everybody's
won it.
That's interesting. Competitive spirit.
Yeah, that's the point. There are different. There are different groups.
categories.
There is a police group and there is a armed forces group,
Oh,
and
it's
within the
separate,
armed
is it?
forces also
Okay.
there is an infantry group. So
Oh,
you've
I
got a
see.
best marching contingent of the infantry.
But overall, is there one? Or
There
no?
is an overall
Overall
trophy.
one.
Yes.
So who's won that
And Delhi
most
police
number
has
of
won
times?
that.
That's what I said. They
The
sometimes
Delhi police beats the Army
Well,
when it comes to marching?
Once in a while.
Once. Only once. Which is why it is standing out. Otherwise, last 2 years consecutively, my regiment won the Punjab regiment. And that's why you find all the photographs appearing in advertisements of the marching contingents. You find the Punjab regiment there.
Look at the pride on his face. As an officer of the
Obviously,
Punjab
I mean the
regiment.
colonel of that regiment.
No, absolutely. Justified pride. But you ask somebody else from some other regiment and he'll say his regiment would be...
But the fact is that
best.
my regiment did win for 2 years.
No, absolutely. And congratulations. Is your regiment marching again this year?
No, I'm afraid not this
They're
year.
not
Except our
marching.
TA battalion is marching. And there is a trophy separately for the TAs. And we hope that TA contingent of Punjab regiment will win this year again.
Okay.
You will see it for yourself.
I find it a little difficult to believe that the Delhi police would have actually beaten the army when it comes to marching, but then it could happen in a one-off case. of
Yeah,
course.
in 60 or 70 years, if they won it once, it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Samir Saran, I want to understand what, according to you, are the big focus areas for this day, day 2 of the Obama visit? The business side partially done. Is it now more symbolism, more pomp and show?
No, so the CEO's meeting is clearly important. Although I believe there are only 6 to 7 CEOs who are traveling, there is no business delegation that has come, simply because most of them had very limited notice. Many of them were at Davos, and I think only 6 out of the 10 or 7 out of the 10 are reaching here. But that's an important meeting later in the day.
But all the top Indian CEOs will be there.
The top Indian
Given
CEO
the turnout at the dinner last
Correct.
evening.
So the top Indian CEOs are in town, 6 to 7 American CEOs are in town, and I think even Prime Minister Modi, when he went to the US, invested in the conversations with the business community. And I think that's an important part of this. Republic Day is symbolic, and it's the atmosphere is
Admiral Rajaman, there's been a lot of discussion about whether India needs to move away from having a Republic Day parade, or at least reconfiguring the way we do this Republic Day parade, reducing the military stake, increasing the people's involvement. Do you think the time has come to have that kind of a conversation?
No, I don't think so. You know, when you look at the enthusiasm of the people who aspire to go to the Republic Day parade, it is huge. I mean, there is a desperate scramble for tickets to go for the Republic Day. For many people, this is an occasion when they can take out their families and give them an outing, and it's a whole day. It's a holiday. It's a big day for them. So I don't think we should move away from it. As far as the military contribution to the parade is concerned, that can be a variable affair. I mean, when the President of the United States is present, maybe it's not a good idea to flaunt your rockets meant
Rather
to reach
modest,
China and so on. So, that's a matter of good sense. This can be varied up and down.
Sir, do you believe some changes are required in the way that we do this Republic Day? I mean, I for one would love to see Doordarshan up its production game. If you see how the French produce their Republic Day parade, they've got cameras in the fighter aircrafts, they've got cameras in the helicopters, they've got cameras in the tanks. I mean, that's the kind of stuff we should be doing as well, and there's no reason it can't be done, except that you got Doordarshan with its really, really boring production standard.
You know, Rahul,
Sir.
one of the original reasons why they used to have cantonments away from the city is to keep the army particularly out of the glare of the public.
That's right.
It's on such occasions as the Republic Day and such national days that you brought the army out into public in the best of their turnouts. You'll see the vehicles shining, you'll see the tires polished, you'll see the brass shining. All of that is to show to the country that army is a bit different. When I say army, I mean the services are a bit different from the rest of the people. Which is why we do flag marches when there is some internal security problem. So the image of the army in the minds of the people is created by such kind of parades. And therefore such kind of parades are
But things
essential
have changed
at least
since.
once in a
Most
year.
cantonments are now in the middle of the
That's
city.
why I said in the olden days.
That's what I'm saying. So is there now a need
even
to have
today,
a new conversation
no, even today,
about the way we put
why
together
do
a
people say the army is well disciplined? The army is well turned out. The army has a form because they see it over here. So these parades have a significance. I don't know what Raja feels about it, but I really feel that's one of the
I'm
reasons.
saying that this is the age of television. This is the age of social media. Do it in a stadium. Do it in a cantonment. It causes so much disruption in the middle of the city. Offices are shut. North-South block doesn't function for certain.